Here's some brutally honest advice that most Amazon sellers aren't going to want to hear. But it's the truth. If you don't know who I am, I've been selling for around about 4.5 years now. I've done way over probably 1.2, 1.3 million sales on Amazon in my UK and USA store combined. And I just like to document my journey and give some raw, honest truths on this channel. So here we go. Most of you are just not working that hard. Like if you're struggling and you've been doing Amazon for 6 months or a year or whatever, and you're struggling to really build that momentum, and you see these bigger sellers like me or way bigger sellers than what I am, and you wonder, really, how have they even got the money to afford VAs? How have they even got the money to be able to leave their full-time job? You might be thinking all this sort of stuff, and I can tell you exactly why. Because they really, really behind the scenes grinded it out. And I can tell you that for a fact. And the reason I can do that for a fact is because I know multiple sellers myself. I am a seller that has done over 7 figures myself. And I can tell you that it came with nothing more than blood, sweat and tears in the early days. Now, I think the reason this is not spoken about as much is because there are a lot of people trying to sell some bullshit for over extortionate course prices, and it doesn't sound too good if you say this stuff. But I'm here to tell you the truth, and the truth is that in the early days, whether you're doing online arbitrage, whether you're doing private label, whether you're doing wholesale, it's going to take you months and months and months to actually just start building the traction that you need. It's going to take months, maybe years. It just takes a long time. I'm 4.5 years in now-ish, pretty much, and if you heard me from the start, I probably would have thought, oh yeah, I'll have a Lambo, I'll have a mansion, I'll be doing 10 million a year or something crazy like that. And the reality is, I've been working really hard, and I work sometimes 12, 13 hours a day. Not proud of it, but I work 12, 13 hours a day. I'm relentless. I'm addicted to making this business a success, and I'm where I'm at, right? And there's people that have got way further than me in the same time, don't get me wrong, and I've got some other business interests as well. However, ultimately, what I'm saying here is that I'm not the biggest seller in the world, and it's taken me a lot of effort, a lot of time. I've invested into mentors, resources, like just reinvested in the business, lived below my means for years to get it to the stage now where I pay myself a good amount. To get to the stage now where in December alone we did over 40,000 profit in 1 month, yeah? It's taken me years to do that, guys. And the reason it's taken me years to do that is because it takes years to do it. It's as simple as that. And it sounds simple what I'm saying. People might be like, oh, you know, there must be like a cheat code, or how's this person done it quickly, blah, blah, blah. The reality is, guys, the people that have quote unquote done it quickly or got really fast, and they're telling you about that on TikTok or they're telling you about that on YouTube, usually there's some sort of bullshittery going on there. And what you'll probably find is that they've got something big and expensive to sell you in their link tree or in their services or whatever. And by the way, whatever. I'm not, saying anyone's bad or good, whatever, it's all subjective stuff, it's all opinion-based stuff. But the truth is, all that stuff is making you think that you're doing something wrong. When in reality, the only thing you're probably doing wrong is not taking enough action. The reason I've got to where I am, right now, is for taking action and taking risks. And the more risks you take, this is not me telling you to go and risk your home, but generally the more risks you take and start small and build your way up with these risks, I make risks now that could cost me thousands of pounds, but it's not a massive issue to us now because we've actually got some sort of money in the bank account. We can afford some sort of loss because we've built momentum. But the reality is, you have to take risks. You have to take risks in launching products. You have to take risks in creating listings. You have to take risks in opening wholesale accounts and doing wholesale orders. Whatever you're going to do, you have to take risks with buying arbitrage products. How many am I going to buy? You have to take risks with taking on virtual assistants, freelancers, team it. You have to take risks. Building relationships, it's risks. It's all risks. And before we get back to the video, just a quick 20-second interruption to let you know that Awesome is sponsoring this video, and they've kindly offered me £100 off, link below, for their accounting services. I hate bookkeeping and accounting, so I get them to do it for me every single month, and I have done for years. I've been using these guys for a long time. And also there's another link there, £12 to set up a limited company and business bank account, which I used to do that for. Most people that I see that are not that successful in this business are simply not putting in enough work, or they're not working as hard as they think they are, because that used to be me, right? I used to think that I was putting in a lot of work when I launched one product a month, right? I now launch about 2 products a week if we averaged it out, maybe even 3, yeah? Along with an agency that I'm running, along with a media business that I'm running, and along with running 2 Amazon stores, right? How much action do you think I'm taking on a daily basis, guys? I'm pushing the needle forward every single day. And most people just aren't doing this, right? I'm doing all of that alongside still running multiple businesses, and I'm still launching multiple products, and I still have stores in multiple. And look, guys, I'm launching a website at the moment as well. I'm just about to start selling in Europe, doing pan. Yeah, I'm doing a lot. And the reason I can do this is because I've sustained the output, right? My input is at such a high level that my output is already compounding. So the flourish of the effort that I put in 6 months ago is always compounding and catching up, because I constantly put effort in. A lot of people will stop because they find things hard work. 2 or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, they just stop launching products. They stop working on their business. They stop doing whatever, and they will think that that's going to go unmissed. That won't go unmissed, because compounding always catches up with you, and hard work always catches up with you. It may not catch up with you today, may not catch up with you tomorrow, but in a few weeks' time, if you don't put in work, that lag of that compounding, that progress will catch up with you. And I'm very aware of that stuff. And as soon as I realised that, I made sure that every single week I had certain KPIs that I hit. I have to launch a certain amount of products. I have to get a certain amount of clients, put a certain amount of videos out. Once you're always putting that effort in, even if some of the risks don't pay off, generally, as long as you're getting better, in time, it starts to pay off. And in time, the compounding vehicle of all the good decisions that you make and the risks that have paid off compound and overtake the bad decisions that, by the way, you'll never stop making. You'll never stop failing your way there. But if you keep going, keep pushing, keep compounding the good mistakes with the bad ones, with the bad mistakes with the good decisions, eventually you'll come out on top. And that's what I can say with that, guys. So people are not putting in enough effort. They're not putting in enough effort, right? It's as simple as that. And part B is that they might be putting in the effort, but they're not acknowledging the changes they need to make in their business. They're not adapting with the times. So just when you've got to grips with online arbitrage, just when you've got to grips with bundles or in your certain niche or whatever, your competition that's like me, right? There's someone out there like me that is launching multiple products, learning from my mistakes, always compounding. They're competing, I can guarantee you, in your niche, in your business model within Amazon. And what's happening is that it's taking you so long, even if you're putting in the effort, but once you've got the effort in, a lot of the time, some of you, what you're doing, even when you put the effort in, is that you're not understanding that you've got to continuously learn and adapt and build. So when you've never got a finished product, whether you're doing wholesale, arbitrage or bundles or private label, you've never got a finished product, right? As soon as your product is launched, as soon as your product is successful, there's multiple people that are fighting against you to take you off the top spot, or to stop you being the biggest seller in the world in wholesale or arbitrage or with your bundles or private label, whatever product it is. As soon as you're on top, as soon as you're succeeding, there's people trying to rip that success down from you. So you've got to be learning constantly, adapting constantly, growing your knowledge and building your business and looking at what you're doing and saying, oh, that product worked, great. Why did that work? That product didn't work. Why didn't that work? Oh, my sales are down this month. Why are they down? What can I do to bring that up? Am I launching enough seasonal items? Am I launching enough seasonal items to go with the trends, right? To go with the trends. And when seasonal peaks come in, oh, I keep going out of my products. Well, why do you keep going out of your generic products when seasonal times come in? You've got an issue of staying in stock, and you've got an issue with not launching enough seasonal products. If you just did them two things, most people's businesses would go up 10, 15, 20% per year, just if they launch seasonal products to float with the times. Mother's Day, Christmas, Easter, etc. All of these sorts of times. Why don't you launch products around there? Why don't you launch summer products? Why don't you launch winter products? And on top of that, why don't you stay in stock with the products you've got? Little tweaks like this, noticing trends like this, launching products, figuring out what went right, what went wrong, what your competitors doing, analysing your competitors, all of this stuff, learning, being in a mentorship or a mastermind or a one-to-one coaching, whatever you are, like I'm in the Hive with Natalie, right? It's I can't tell you how good it is, because it's full of sellers that are actually trying hard. It's full of sellers that are actually trying hard. I've been in there for ages. She comes out with this top line knowledge and just feeds it to me every single week. You've always got people there to, do you know what I mean? That sort of stuff. If you want to check it out, I'll leave my 50% discount code below. Whatever, or don't do it. But what I'm saying is, you need accountability. You need to be investing in your knowledge, whether that's just on YouTube, whether it's a paid group. You need to be looking at competition. You need to be looking within yourself when you launch products. What went right? What went wrong? What can you do differently? Hard work and constant analysis, guys. That's what it is. Make sure you like, make sure you follow. I'll see you soon.